God bless you, family. King Jesus bless you. Happy Saturday. I hope you guys are being refreshed this day. This video, how to almost share Jesus in 3 easy steps. And I say almost just because this video is going to be talking about laying that groundwork so we can have that conversation. Step 1 is saying hello. Since 2020, when the world got weird and changed and government overreach and just wicked and strange and odd and upside down, people have become a little more secluded. I mean, I noticed that obviously a lot when you had to wear the face diapers and, someone would sneeze and everybody would look at them. It was so strange. Honestly, for myself, I still feel like there's a little bit of residue from 2020 where, well, you know how it is. Everything has changed, but things seem kind of different for me as well, even just in passing by people. Like, I'll always try to catch somebody's eye to, maybe do a head nod or a half smile or something. But man, it's weird. It seems like in some places I go, like people aren't even looking to have that opportunity. They're maybe staring on their cell phones or just, they're not really kind of looking to do that. So number 1, the step is to say hello. And that seems so simple, but what you want to do is as you're walking around, just try to catch some eye contact and just give them a greeting, however you do it. If you say a hello or a hi or what's up, whatever, that's the first step. And that's what I've been learning as I continue seeking Jesus in that prayer closet, Matthew 6:6. The Lord has shown me just these different skills that we can use to try to get to that conversation. And we'll talk more about that in a moment here. The second step is to say hello and also give a compliment. So adding a compliment is the second step here. So you say hello, however you say that. And let's say you're a guy, you like hats, and you see a guy wearing a hat, and you greet him and you say, "Hey, I really like your hat. That's a sweet color," something like that. And you'll have to practice. I got to practice too, because as I think of this stuff, it's like, how do I, it's going to take some practice. You can do it in front of a camera with somebody at home or just solo looking in the mirror. These are tactics that I can see as I've learned about them. I'm like, yeah, this is smooth. This is a good way to just draw near to someone and get that captive audience for a few seconds and see how Holy Spirit works and moves in our willingness to show up. And then takes us to number 3. You've got your hello, you've got your compliment, and then you ask a question. So wow, very interesting. As I've been learning these things, they're very simple as I speak them, but as you consider them and their implications and how they can help, you say, hello, hey, cool, I like your hat. Hey, I'm not really familiar with this area. Is there a place that has really good coffee? Like that was the example I saw on the stuff I was researching about this. Something like that. And again, it might feel choppy, but we'll practice, we'll figure it out. But that can get you into just a little bit of dialogue and conversation. And then there might be questions. The person might look at you, and if you look different from other people around you, or you're dressed different, or you're a different age or whatever, they might have some questions to say back to you. Where are you from? You from around here? And different things. And it's like, they might compliment you back. I like your hat too. That looks sweet. Different things. And then that's when we're primed in the environment where Holy Spirit might be stirring it and we're out of our comfort zone a little bit. We're like, oh Lord, this is, I don't want to get punched, or I don't want to get laughed to scorn. Like, is somebody going to be offended if I, probably not, but I always think of the 1 to 3%. I'm silly like that. But as we are getting that pump primed, and who knows, Holy Spirit might impress us to say something like this. Hey, this may sound really weird, but I just wanted to pray for you. Is there anything in particular I could pray for you for? And they might be, if Holy Spirit is priming the situation, they might have something. They might start to get some tears and be like, what? Yes, and they might, boom, gush. I mean, sure, maybe they might be like, nope, or I'm not really spiritual or whatever. And you'd be like, no problems, I don't even know what you would say, but these are things we can just try out. And again, the end game is just getting the message of Jesus to somebody. By that prayer thing, they might be like, afterwards, if they let you pray, they might be like, I haven't even read the Bible since I was a kid. That we can bring in our Bible prophecy expertise for those of us who are into that. or whatever gifting or skill set you have, you could bring that to the forefront. For me, I would say something like, well, yeah, I tell you what, these days are getting nutty and crazy, and Jesus is coming sooner than later. And you could encourage them to pick up a Bible and say, you could just start at John and go to Revelation 22. That will take you pretty short order, and do that again. And then you tell them the Romans 10:17, faith comes by hearing, hearing by the word. But those are just some examples of how it could go. But let's try this. Let's start with a hello, and then a hello and a hey compliment, and then a hello compliment. Hey, real quick question. Now, I don't know, to some people watching, you may be like, bro, this is easy and I actually do this. For others of you, you might be like, oh my gosh, like, I don't like talking to strangers. I'm kind of like that unless, somebody may be looking optimistic or happy, and it might be like, all right, they look like they're kind of okay. But if they're just like busy or sunglasses on looking at their phone, and sometimes I'm like, oh, they're going to be like, bro, get away. But we're going to continue to just seek out the Lord in prayer closet, and let me know in the comments what you think of these. Would you be willing to use some of these in public situations, and be willing to practice it too? I know I'm going to start practicing this, so I get some smooth ones that are kind of down, so I can just go to it in my repertoire and use it on people as Holy Spirit prompts me. Because we're in the end of the end. All we need to do is just, maybe the Lord's like preparing all of us, like, all right, you ready? Go save that last Gentile who needs to be saved so we can be raptured and go be with Jesus and receive those things that he has for us, those pleasures forevermore, the bright morning star. We get Jesus. Wow. Let this encourage us all to just be bold a little bit more in these regards, to hasten his coming. Be like, let's go, Jesus. Maybe you just want us to get out there more, get our repetitions in trying. But guys, I appreciate you watching my video. Thank you so much. Jesus willing, I'll see you next time. God bless you.